Hello, everyone. Welcome to Prestige Castle Farm. My name is Innocent, and today I'll be sharing with you how you can make up to 200,000 naira planting water leaf in a plot of land. So, this is not just a get rich quick scheme, this is something that we practice in our farm, and this is something that is, doable. Unfortunately, there is less white collar job out there. A lot of young people go to university. They come out from their studies hoping to gain employment in what they call white collar job. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Every single day, a lot of young people are at home looking for job. So today I'll be sharing with you, young man, young woman, whoever you are, whatever your age is, how you can get up from your wherever you are sitting and follow this little strategy that I'm going to give to you, and you can be able to make up to 200,000 naira in a month. So this is a plot of land that we have here, and in this land, when we have water leaf full, we usually harvest between 7 to 10 bags of water leaf. And in last December, a bag of water leaf was sold as high as 26,000 naira. And currently it ranges around 20,000 naira. So if you harvest 10 bags of water leaf, if you times that by 26,000, that's 260,000 naira. And mind you, water leaf, you harvest your water leaf every 2 weeks. So if you harvest 10 bags in 2 weeks, you get in 260,000. That means in a month you could get up to 520,000 naira. But that is because we are in dry season, and usually in dry season the prices of water leaf goes up. But during rainy season the prices usually comes down. But no matter how bad it is, it usually fluctuates between 13 to 16,000 during the rainy season a bag. And so if you, even at rainy season, if you are vesting 10 bags, that is about 130,000 naira. And if you calculate that by two, because you'll be investing at least twice in a month, that gives you around 260,000 naira. So I'm not sure what state you are, you know, probably in the state where you are, maybe water leaf is not a big deal. But there are other crops that you may need to also look into that is very profitable, and one of it is pepper. I will make a video on how you can plant and harvest pepper and make a lot of money. But for now, we're just focusing on water leaf. I'm currently residing in Akwa Ibom State, precisely in Uyo. And Akwa Ibom State is a beautiful state. And one thing in Akwa Ibom is that Akwa Ibom people, the water leaf is a daily consumption in most home in Akwa Ibom. They use it in making edikaiko, afang, just name it. It's a daily consumption. It's a daily consumption in most homes. So the demand will always be there. So what strategy can you use? So the strategy that I've recommended for some people, especially some young people who came to me and said, listen, I'm not doing anything at home, I'm looking for a job. I always tell them, listen, what you need to do is go to a place that is not yet developed, that you have, bush around you, maybe a land, you have a lot of land, virgin land around the area. Go to that area. You can contact an agent to say, please, can you give me the contact of an owner of whatever land there? Most agents would have one or two contacts of the owners of land around those virgin land. You reach out to the person and you say, you introduce yourself. My name is so and so. I would like to, if you can give me access to your land to be using it to plant things while I serve as a security for your land. I would like to keep an eye for you in the land. At least your land, instead of your land to be bushy, at least your land will be cleared and will be properly made use of. Most, if you try it with 5 owners of land, I can guarantee you that at least one person will say yes to you. You know, one person will say, okay, please, yeah, go ahead. Just, keep an eye for the land, because the person is not using the land. Some of the owners of this land bought the land and they plan to resell the land maybe 5 years' time, 10 years' time, and so the land is just there, not being used. So what you need to do is you go to the owner of the land and say, please, I would, help you wash your land while at the same time planting some crop. And I can tell you, if you reach out to 5 people, at least one would say yes to you. But there are another way in which you can have a more secure, that is more secure, and I'll tell you why. There is, close to us in our farm, there is a lady who used this approach, this strategy that I just explained to you, to get about 6 plots of land, and she was planting tomato. And our tomatoes were doing very, very well. In fact, when you drive around, you see the tomatoes, they were doing very, very well. And she harvested, she made a good amount of profit in the land. And guess what? The owner came and said, listen, I want to make use of my land. And the lady had to leave. And that owner is currently planting tomato in that land. So the more better way to do this would be to request for a lease. So it's to reach to the owner and say, please, can I lease your land? And to lease the land is actually not that expensive. It's between 5 to 10,000 naira. And you just have an agreement, a lease agreement. So what it does is that at least it protects you until the terms of the lease is completed, and you won't fall into the situation like this lady where, okay, she have invested, she has bought manure, the land is rich because of the activities and some other things that she has put in the land, and now she's going. So that is the downside actually of, when you approach people to use their land, is that they can wake up to ask you to leave, especially when they see that the land is making good profit and there's activities in the land. So you may want to consider leasing the land, but you also need to look at what crop is prevalent in your area. Look for crop that people use every day, like pepper. Pepper is a good one, a planting of pepper, and it's very, very profitable because almost all home cook, and like all home cook, isn't it? People prepare food and they usually use pepper to prepare their food. So pepper is something that you may look into. But over here, the reason why we're doing Waterleaf is because in Akwa Ibom State here, Waterleaf is something that is being consumed almost every day. They use it in preparing the dikaiko, afang, and the culture within Akwa Ibom is that people love their food fresh. In Lagos, for example, while I grew up in Lagos, if you go to Lagos, you go to a restaurant, the food is already prepared and then they will just dish for you. But that is not the culture here in Akwa Ibom State. When you go to a restaurant and you say, I need this soup or that soup, it's being prepared live for you. So people want their food fresh. So, and Waterleaf is in high demand. So that is why it's a crop that is actually profitable, that I can recommend for, especially for youth around this area. So another thing you also need to look at for is when will you plant your Waterleaf? I always recommend starting planting around August, when the rain is about leaving, when the rain is when we are about to go into the dry season. And so when you plant in August, you may not necessarily have a huge amount of money to buy the Waterleaf stem. because though it's going to still be, one is going to still be cheap then, but you can also get it cheaper if you order from places like Cross River State. And you know, with around 10,000 naira, you should be able to get a bag of the stem. And once you plant, you can, in 2 weeks you can cut, and once you plant in a bed, in 2 weeks you can cut and plant in more bed. And you know, you plant as much bed as you can between that August till November, you know, so that by December your entire bed is ready, because from November, December, the price of Waterleaf will start shooting up, you know. So this November, December, January, February, the prices of Waterleaf is usually on the high side, and you want to cash out on during those time. And then from March, once the rainy season comes, the price of Waterleaf will start dropping. So the idea of this video is to encourage young people to consider farming that is actually quite lucrative if done correctly. Imagine in a plot of land and you can make 200,000 naira. There are some white collar jobs. 200,000 naira should be around. The idea is that you do something for yourself. That you can make a living from yourself with crop farming, not only animal husbandry. You can also consider crop farming. That is, we do that in our farm. This is our farm. As you can see, those are chicken there. You see, those are broilers. We have our layers the other side. You know, so yes, so you can do that. You can use that. And the good thing of doing crop farming is that it can serve as an extra income as for the running cost of your farm. So the idea of this YouTube channel, like as I explained, as we have always mentioned, is to help contribute to food security in Africa, and we show you some practical ways to do that. This is just about a plot of land, and Waterleaf planted all over here could give you up to 10 bags, or between 7 to 10 bags of Waterleaf. So that is the essence. The essence of this video is to encourage you to go out there and start something for yourself. And if you do find this video valuable, please do wait to like and subscribe on this channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.